Hey my dear pirates, and in today's video we're going to talk about Shanks' future and what moves he should make by the end of One Piece. We're not necessarily going to talk about what he thinks or what is the ideal of his journey within the universe. This we have already done in a past video. This video was very good and I recommend you watch it later, okay? Today we're going to focus on what really matters is whom should he face and what to expect from Red in terms of powers and abilities. Will we finally see Shanks using his full power against a major enemy, including revealing some secret abilities? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, but first of all, go ahead and press the like button with all the power of your devil fruit. Already subscribe to the channel and don't forget to activate the notifications bell so you don't miss any new video, okay? Now without further ado, let's get to this epic video. And well, my dear pirates, we know the importance that Shanks has within the One Piece universe, even though he is one of the main characters that appears the least. Of course, all this is on purpose. Just as Jiraiya was a punctual character in Naruto, Shanks follows the same line in One Piece. Sure, if we were to make a more simplistic comparison, Jiraiya would be compared to Rayleigh for being Luffy's master. But if we take into account the inspiration, motivation, and openness of both protagonists' vision to a completely new world, comparing Jiraiya to Shanks would be a more assertive thing to do. And I'm making this comparison not only because of the great admiration that Oda and Kishimoto have for each other. Not only that, there is something more. Both characters, as I have already made clear, are punctual within their works. Both appear in very specific moments. To leave a word with a catchphrase or bring us important information about what happens between the lines of governments and world problems. Both are the characters who guided the protagonists on a more specific journey, and their journey itself coincides with just facilitating or helping in whatever way possible the path that their disciples, let's say, must go. With this idea in mind, it's clear that Shanks, despite being a character that barely appears in still one of, if not the most important character in the history of One Piece. And just like Naruto's former master, Shanks should have some crucial moments from here to the end of One Piece, like Luffy's arrival on the last island, Laugh Tale. That is, my dear sailor, what we should expect from Red is a performance more and more forceful. In other words, it must appear more. But for what purpose? Possibly to his death, just like Jiraiya in the Naruto anime? Well, that can happen. The impact of Shanks' death would be something big. This could serve in various narrative ways for Oda. For example, develop his and Luffy's bond more. Give him a new transformation in addition to being able to reveal something big with this death. In Jiraiya's case, it was the revelation of the greatest enemy of the work until that moment, pain. In addition to revealing his weaknesses and the prophecy that Jiraiya had in parallel with Nagato and Naruto, with Shanks and Luffy, we have the breaking of a promise. If Shanks dies before the end of One Piece, Luffy will never be able to give him back the Straw Hats before he becomes the Pirate King. That would be amazingly sad, but amazing. But I don't believe that Shanks will die like Jiraiya. After all, as much as I'm bringing parallels between these two characters, I definitely wouldn't want to see Shanks lose his life. But if it happens to be done in a grandiose way like it was Jiraiya's death. So you must be wondering, if in this journey of being Luffy's pillar, Shanks doesn't die to make a big impact on the work, what can he do that is so great to leave his marked as an interesting character and one of the best within the anime culture? Well, my dear pirate, killing a character doesn't always make him an interesting character. Like I said, if Oda is going to kill Shanks, at least do it in a grandiose way, giving him a big fight and an epic moment where he saves someone. But if he doesn't, no problem. Oda can bring other moments of impact to the character. A great example was what happened in Marineford before stopping the war. Shanks had talked to Whitebeard about Blackbeard and he didn't listen, and things ended up the way with Ace dying at the same time that Whitebeard himself lost too. His life, that is. Shanks had warned of the danger that Blackbeard brought to the world, but Edward Newgate preferred to let Ace hunt Blackbeard, and it all ended in a sad way. However, Oda gave Shanks the moment to at least end the battle before Akainu killed Kobe, saving one more innocent life at that moment, and in addition, we know that Shanks prevented Kaido from going to Marineford to participate in the battle. That is, in a period short time and with few appearances, Shanks was of paramount importance to the work in a general context. That is, Shanks could intervene in the last war that was happening before Luffy arrives in Laugh Tale, but unlike what happened in Marineford, this time Shanks would fight side by side with Luffy. This would be very interesting if it happened because it would be like a parallel of that one moment when Shanks arrives in Marineford and saves Luffy. At that moment, Luffy didn't have enough power to be between Shanks and the mighty Akainu, but in the final battle, he will be as strong or stronger than Shanks and will be able to fight alongside his mentor. But beyond that, Oda can finally show us what Shanks is capable of, even if he doesn't defeat the final enemy, whatever it is, just like Jiraiya didn't defeat Pain. At least that Oda shows us the full power of the person who paved the way for the new generation. In the Red movie, we only got a glimpse of his power, but I believe that that's not all Shanks can do. I'm pretty sure that Shanks is capable of much more than just using observation or Conqueror Haki that way. Although Shanks seems to mix the two, but anyway, what I mean is that Shanks is also very strong with weaponry Haki. After all, he stopped Akainu's blow with his sword, didn't he? So to make a huge impact in the fight where Shanks would use all his power, it would be interesting to see him using all three types of Haki together. Besides that, it would be very cool to see him turn his Griffin Blade into a Black Blade, and finally, to really surprise everyone. It would be really epic if Shanks could use an entire arm made of Haki. That would be an epic moment. Since Shanks lost his arm as a way to push Luffy to follow his ideals, everyone has been mocking Red for it. Whitebeard himself mocks Shanks at the meetings where Shanks warns about Blackbeard, and even Mihawk says no, wanting to face more Shanks because he didn't have his arm anymore. It's worth remembering that I made a whole video unraveling this rivalry between Shanks and Mihawk. I'll leave the card for you to see later, okay? But anyway, what I want to make clear is that the lack of an arm made Shanks look weak to many, so who knows if he uses a left arm made completely of pure Haki. That won't end this unfair fame that Shanks has gained. Really guys, this would be something I would like to see before Luffy finds One Piece. For me, this would be the apex of Shanks, the control of 3 Haki, along with the Black Griffin and an arm made of armament Haki. That would be an epic moment that does justice to Red, and this moment could be in a fight against Akainu, or even Blackbeard. I know both would be Luffy's ultimate opponents, but if Oda wants to mark Shanks as an epic character, he has to give him a worthy fight where he demonstrates all his power and only Akainu or Blackbeard has that potential. Of course, there's Aim Sama too, but that's a story for another video. But now I want to know your opinion about everything that we commented here today. Will we be seeing Shanks fighting with all his might by the end of One Piece? If so, who should be a worthy opponent to face Red in a truly epic battle, and what skills would he demonstrate? But of course, if you made it this far, it's because you like the content, so it doesn't hurt to subscribe to our channel and become one more member of our fleet, my dear sailor. And of course, do not forget to press the like button, that helps a lot in spreading the video and the channel. So help us to become the largest fleet of pirates here on YouTube, okay? A big hug for everyone, and until the next video,